everybody, this is Tracy and this is my kitchen. I wanted to do a quick little video to show you guys how I make homemade mayonnaise. We don't buy mayonnaise anymore, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I wanted to find a healthy alternative that still makes my food, like my tuna salad, taste creamy, or a dressing, I want to make it home creamy without having mayonnaise. So I went online, I found that Dr. Oz has a recipe, and I've been using it ever since, and then I just kind of tweak it to like how I like it. So the recipe that he has involves non-fat Greek yogurt, Dijon mustard, vinegar, like apple cider vinegar or like a clear vinegar, and salt and pepper, and then a little bit of sugar. So what I do is then I was online as well, and I actually found a recipe that also offered lemon juice, so I thought I'd try that too. So I'm going to show you how I make my own, but I can also tell you guys the exact ingredients that Dr. Oz does in his mayonnaise. So we got the non-fat Greek yogurt here. You're supposed to have, I'm just going to be eyeballing this, but I'll tell you exactly what they say in the recipe. For the non-fat Greek yogurt, it says 17 ounces. I'm making BLTs today, so I'm just eyeballing enough that I'd want on our 2 sandwiches, okay, which I think that's probably fine. If you look in the bowl here, it's a couple spoons. And then for salt and pepper, they say for taste. So you can just, it's what you like, and you can keep tasting it as you make it. So I just do a couple of those. Dijon mustard, he says 2 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna do this. Oops, sorry. Just a little bit, and then I'll taste it. What else do we got here? Vinegar. For vinegar, he says you need 3 tablespoons of vinegar, but I would just go, just a splash, because you don't want it. And then you just mix it up. Oh yeah, and then add a little sugar. And he says like sugar to taste, like put a little bit in. Because mayonnaise has like a little bit of a sweetness to it. And so you mix it up. What I'm gonna do though is I'm actually gonna add a little bit of something else that I want. I'm gonna add a little bit, this is horseradish sauce. I like it a little, there's really not much in this. There's a couple of grams of fat per serving, but I like that. So I just throw a little bit, just a little bit in there. And then a little bit of lemon juice, just like a tiny splash, nothing crazy, because you don't want this to be like super watery because you're gonna put it on your bread, remember? So just a little bit of that, okay? So again, I added my own, I added like lemon juice and a little bit of horseradish sauce. But again, so you have a creamy texture. Yes, is it mayonnaise? No, it tastes different, but you get used to it, and it still tastes good, it's just not mayonnaise. Like this right now, tastes a little more vinegary than I'd like, so I'm gonna add like a smidge more sugar and a little bit more salt, but you can just taste it, and then you'll realize, and this is more of like a tasting as you go kind of thing. Like obviously you don't own a restaurant that you don't gotta worry about like putting your fingers and stuff. This is your at home, and so you just keep trying it out. But it's a really nice alternative to put on your sandwiches instead of mayonnaise. Using non-fat Greek yogurt as a base for your dressings at home, it's just great. I also use it for a dip for my vegetables. I'll use non-fat Greek yogurt, and I'll even put it in like Italian seasoning packet, and then I'll dip veggies in it instead of buying like sour cream or the packaged dip, which is really bad for you. So anyways, this is homemade mayonnaise. We use this all the time whenever we have a sandwich at home. Again, Dr. Oz's recipe, Greek non-fat yogurt, salt, pepper, sugar, Dijon mustard, and I say vinegar, and a little bit of vinegar. And that's it. And that's homemade mayonnaise.